I wanted to do some kind of reel or a little quick funny clip of one of two things. And one would be, or the main idea would be that moment when, or something that describes when your kids are watching a new Disney movie and it gets really catchy and it sticks in your head.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So that's kind of where it was going with that. And a friend of mine was like, hey, what if it was while you were like slowly dozing off into sleep? And so then like whatever Disney song was in the background,
You go into a Disney dream.
yeah, into a really,
A
strong.
dream is a wish your heart makes.
So
There's animals everywhere.
Okay, so we watched. I don't know how to say it. Is it
Encanto?
Encanto?
I have not seen it yet.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I've seen it, and it's a fun movie, whatnot. I like it, but obviously the kids are like over watching it, right? Like that's just how it goes. So, but one of the songs is so extremely catchy, and it's basically, I believe it's called "We Don't Talk About Bruno," and so he's like. So they all have like magical powers and whatnot, right? And the house gives them a gift, and they have that magical power with that gift. And so Bruno had a gift, but he's got a mysterious story at the beginning because you're not sure. He's not really in the picture anymore. And they said he saw a vision, he freaked out, and he disappeared. And his vision was apparently really, really dark. And so it's got this like obvious Latin-based music style that goes with his theme when they're like, we don't talk about Bruno, it's like, because they're talking about this girl's singing about all the different gifts that were given, and she's like, she gets to Bruno, and she's like, and then Bruno, I think he sees visions or something, and everyone goes, shh, we don't talk about Bruno. It's like that's the thing.
Wow.
Right? Which is really funny and cool.
I haven't watched it yet, and
I'm just ruining it for you.
No, I've heard that
I'm
much.
sorry.
But is it like, is it age appropriate for like a 2-year-old?
Oh, boy, I have seen it all the way through, and I think it is. Now I'm nervous. I'm
Not
like on the
scary
spot
or anything.
Oh, got you. So
Like boogity boogity boo.
a little touch of that, a little taste of that, but I don't think it was over the top. Honestly, it's as you get older, it almost gets more creepy, if that makes any sense. But if
The more you understand.
yeah, there you go.
Huh.
Yeah, like the significance of what might be going on is a little bit different. But anyway, this is not like a promo for the video. The point was, honestly, is that some of the music is extremely catchy. And that happens with like, anything really, but it's specifically when your kids latch on to a movie and they watch it over and 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 over, like I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And so you're the dad who's like kind of falling asleep with the kids on your arm. So you got to take that picture into like, you know what I mean? You're just like sitting there and it's just playing over and over. And so in my head, I was thinking like there's this bass part that starts. So the song's kind of like, we don't talk about Bruno, no. But I wanted to turn it into an a cappella piece. And then that's why I was showing you that clip, which I could play because you had it muted while we were actually.
What clip?
The clip that I sent because I was going to work out and this idea hit me while I was driving.
Okay.
So I sent it, I was like, I don't know why I didn't just record it to my phone, but I think it was because I was in conversation with somebody, like sort of, and had been, and then that popped up first, and I was like, I could just hit the record button while I'm driving and like sing this. So, yeah. So I know.
We don't talk.
So,
So one of the sections needs to be we don't talk. We don't talk. We don't talk. We don't talk.
we don't talk. We don't talk. We don't. Right? And like this.
Yeah. I hear.
Anyway, I don't want to go so deep into this, but I don't even know why I'm talking about this. I think I'm just glad to be here with you, Ken, and it's just fun. But it was something that I was.
Well, it's been a while, and you guys know I'm Ken,
and this is Joe,
and together we're joking around. So we are back officially, guys. We've been gone for a while because several reasons. Oh man, we've had so much stuff going on. Number one being, for me, the reason why I couldn't record was because I was recording.
Wait, what?
Well,
that's right.
The difference being is I actually decided to go out and get my Pro Tools certification, user certification.
Woo! Crowd noises right here. Insert. Go.
Yeah, I don't have the little thingy thing.
Well, I'm doing them for you.
So
no, it's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Wait. So this means you are a Pro Tools master?
I'm a Pro Tools user.
No.
It's the very first
master.
level. Like,
oh, really? So it's like black belt and like white belt, purple belt.
Well, it depends, because after you get past the user certification, you can go to like post production, which is like TV, film, animation stuff, or you can go music production.
Okay.
But there's other stuff, because then they really get into like composing music and how you do it with MIDI and all that stuff, and then or they go to ADR, Foley, recording, soundtrack stuff, But, that stuff's still out there, It's not something you can't grow on as you do that. The user certification level is Pro Tools 101 and 110. It's 2 classes in one. It was like 2.5 weeks.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like it was like a total of 8 days.
Okay.
Basically, and then at the end of 8 days, you can take the test. I used a company called Pro Media, and they're really, really, really good. The way that they do it was online, and I did night classes, so it was like from like 8 to 12 or 8 to 11.
Is it a live teacher for that?
Yeah, live teacher.
No
and the
way.
class is like,
I thought that would have been recorded. That's pretty
like,
cool.
Well, they are recorded, but after the fact. So
I got you.
can
So then
go
it goes
back and
on
watch
file
them.
and you can watch
also,
it.
But also, too, they give you the option to audit the class for a year.
So many options.
Lots of options. You can audit the class, a live class
Ken
with a
loves
different
options.
instructor for an entire year for free. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
I was like, I'm hearing voices
I
coming
know.
from your phone. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
maybe not.
I forgot to close the door or whatever.
Oh, we're okay.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it's just
That's
like
fine. It's just
so
like
anyway,
you
so
could hear Dakota and all that.
yeah, he's like
No, he's in here. You just don't hear him. Okay, so anyway,
So part
Pro
of that,
Tools.
part
Yeah,
of that
user.
was, obviously all that extra work and stuff like that too,
Right.
and then the projects you do for the class and learning and all that stuff. You don't actually submit any projects, but they encourage you, like, to use all the stuff.
Yep. That's good.
Use all the stuff, right?
Yeah, use all the options, all the stuff. So use all the stuff, Ken.
Yeah, I was using all the stuff. I don't know what I was using all the stuff for, but
Well, there's some stuff you should not use. No, but well, I have a question about that. Can I ask a question? When you say use all the stuff, like as far as, well, now I forgot my question, but it'll come up as soon as you
use all the stuff.
Well,
I don't even remember why I was saying that.
Well, they encourage it at the end for like a final. There's not necessarily
there
a
wasn't
final
a-
project, but they say make sure you like put this, like apply it into something. and
Yeah,
use
they
it
would
all,
encourage you. They'd encourage you. So, like, if they're talking about automation, which is like, anything that you pre-program to like volume levels that are automated, and you can automate anything. You can automate compression changes and between like all different kinds of stuff. They'd say, "Go try it, go try it," and
right? Like all that stuff. Huh?
yeah, EQ, compression, all that stuff. So, yeah, it was like, it's so full because it starts off like, this is the mouse, this is the file menu. But then in 2 days,
You're just, and
It's
this
like-
is how you reconfigure the actual technology within your computer to understand.
but the other part too that was really
world.
cool was the instructor. His name was Taryn. He like probably 50 to 60% of it was like the required stuff that you need to pass the class. The other part was any tangent you could get him on. So like, I was like, hey, so who did you work with? Or what projects have you done? Or how would I do this? And he'd be like, okay, let me show you. And he'd do like this super advanced stuff because he knows it's all being recorded.
That's an Everson thing. I mean, I know a lot of people do it, but that's definitely a
Yeah,
bad thing.
but he's such a creative person because not only does he know that, and he also creates music. He has his own company of building
Yep.
recording studios, like Dolby Atmos recording studios.
Holy cow,
But then he's also a teacher, so he thoroughly loves the process through and through. And he gave us his personal phone number and all that stuff. He was like, I want to know what you guys are doing.
What is it? Tell us the phone number.
His
right
number
now.
is beep.
No, that's what I mean. Like he reminds me of like something that, I remember getting to take some of Dad's classes in music theory, and I would go off a little bit onto something advanced, every now and then at least, because I knew I wasn't going to take all the way up to.
Did we take that class together?
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
we were the only two guys in that class.
We're the only two?
Yep.
Oh.
I remember that. It was
I
like
actually don't
15,
remember
20 people.
Yeah.
And every
makes
time
sense.
we asked a question, everybody would like turn around and look at us and be like,
Uh-huh.
those are the sons of the teacher.
It was funny though. I mean, I didn't. Yeah.
It's like, you're supposed to know all this. We're like, I don't know anything.
I don't know what's going on. What are we talking about? What are you talking? What? The 7 Neapolitan what? Like what? But it was fun to then ask. Like I remember asking one question, and it had been bugging me a little bit. And basically, I was like, Mr. Everson, Dr. Everson, whatever, Dr. Father Everson, what if you did this? And then I like described this chord, and he's like, that's not a thing.
No, you can't do that, Joe. No, sit down and be quiet.
He's like, well, he basically was like, although that's kind of creative in your own way, I don't think that's really actually a chord. Like there's some overlap of your idea. And anyway, but yeah, totally get it. That's cool that he was like that as a teacher. Speaking of your
and the
Pro
purpose,
Tools teacher.
Yeah, the purpose of doing this was to, you guys know that I'm kind of an audio nerd or whatever. That's kind of why we're doing this podcast, or at least part of it anyways, is creating some, having some fun with this. But really making myself a...
like the best tool you can be.
Yeah,
you want to be a tool.
I want to be a tool. That's why we did this.
So without going into too much crazy depth and detail, because I don't want to end up pushing you down a road that you don't want to talk about or too soon. Anyway, I'm sure you want to talk about it, but like even the opportunities that are presenting themselves right now are a lot of fun, and it's really cool. And I think it's come full circle.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
Right. So the same time that this happened, I got connected with some other people that knew, and like you said, you don't want to talk about all the specifics or whatever.
Don't give
but
all
like
that up. Yeah, that's
doing
fine.
an audio book and some other potential projects that are coming up. I had another person contact me. It's like, hey, I want to do an album of, he's a solo singer and he wants to do that kind of stuff too. Ooh. Those projects are kind of coming up, and kind of the goal here is, to really push that to a level of supportability,
Hey, and that's come from I guess we call it the initiative to starting this podcast. At least in part, right? Because someone heard about the podcast.
Oh, Ken does that? Okay, can he do this? Hey. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. You got a project, and then, me looking at it and say, hey, is this something that, we can go towards? Still a long way to go. But
right.
The
Small
class,
successes.
The class gives you the
time.
confidence to be able to go into any Pro Tools setup and be able to run it. You don't learn all the hardware and everything, that stuff you kind of have to learn on site, but they go through all that stuff. The studio we're in right now has an old control. I think it's a Focusrite Control 24.
Okay, so explain to the audience what this might mean to those who
a mixer
don't
board.
care. Okay, mixer board. There you go. Keep going.
But it's synced to your inputs and stuff where you plug everything in, and that's all synced together with the Mac. And, it's all kind of
like
unit.
a Rolls Royce of old mixer boards.
Back in the day, it really was. It was kind of groundbreaking what it was. It's a little older, but
obviously still powerful. And,
absolutely.
Tool.
32 tracks simultaneously and stuff like that too. But anyways,
cool.
We're glad to be back. I'm sorry we haven't done anything super recent or whatever. And so we're back here in a different bunker.
Yeah, that's what I was
different
saying
undisclosed
earlier.
location.
Yeah, a new undisclosed location that is actually physically almost kind of underground, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
We'll just say that much. I don't want to give away too much on our actual location. But anyway, it's so cool. And I'm glad, hey, we're portable. We can go wherever. I remember you had us do some call-ins and all of that. And
I think the last one we did was with Mom in the kitchen.
yeah, in my in my kitchen. That was awesome.
Yep.
We were making enchiladas.
Enchiladas.
Oh, man, that's going to make me hungry now.
I'm actually hungry. I haven't eaten anything today.
0?
I haven't eaten anything
Are you
today.
doing that? Is that on purpose?
No.
Okay. Because I did that on purpose for, I was doing that intermittent fasting
Oh,
for a
really?
little while. Yep. Which is really nice. Actually, it plugged in very well into what I was trying to accomplish, and it helped out with a goal, which I think is great to do from time to time.
It's good.
Yep.
So tell us what is going on now for Joe and Joe's studio.
Oh, man. I'm actually going to Salt Lake City, Utah in a few days.
Wow.
By the time you hear this, maybe
Pick up
I
a
have...
few wives.
Yeah.
Just the the Mormons are out there, right?
Mormon joke.
Yeah, just a Mormon joke.
Oh, man. No, they're they're out there. That's for sure. No, there's a bunch of my friends that are out that way, and it's a really short visit. So I'm really excited, but I'm kind of bummed because I want to reach out and be like, hey, I'm coming to Salt Lake City, and let's hang out. But I feel like I really can't do that because by the time I get there, it's basically like I have one evening to have a turnaround, if you will.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of the next morning. And then obviously we're setting up and we're getting ready and all that. But that doesn't matter. A ton of my friends are actually going to this event that I'm going to. And I forgot the actual name of it, but I've talked about it before, I think, on the show, because I think I called it, what is it? Like the world's largest like redneck convention, basically.
Nice.
But it's not probably exactly what you're thinking, but a little bit. With the hunting and the firearms, and you've got all the. Are the levels okay? Are we good?
No, we're great.
Okay, cool. I caught you looking at the levels and everything.
I can't help but look
How's
at
that?
it.
It's pretty cool. I'm staring at it right now.
Waveform, man.
Wow, man. Let's tell everybody that we're now using new software, as you are I wanted to say master, but user, level 1 user.
Yeah, it's like Tron.
A user.
Users.
I'm a user.
Yeah, it's a
microphone
user
abuser.
certification. Basically, you can say that I can go and know what I'm doing in Pro Tools software.
You should take this to the Redneck convention with me and set up and be like, I'm going to do your podcast. You can all talk and we can interview people and stuff. That would be awesome. Don't get me wrong, because when I say redneck, by the way, for this area and everything, holy cow, you talk about people who are...
It's weird to say redneck for something in Salt Lake City.
Yeah. Was it Doc O maybe that said they're pretty much everywhere? They're just like different versions of them. They got them in the south, the north, everywhere.
Yeah, like a Youper is basically like a
northern
southern
redneck.
redneck.
Yeah.
Or a northern redneck.
Yeah. But I guess I say that with kind-hearted love because these people are awesome. And some of them are some of the wealthiest people I know on the planet.
Oh.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
I know.
that's fun.
Yeah. So I saw so they have these hunts the people who have hired us are called Hunts for the Brave. And I don't mind saying that on here. That's really awesome. They're an awesome group. And they sponsor these hunts for people who have served and love and fought for our freedom.
Huh.
That's the short version. I can tell you more, but that's probably the best way to just leave it. But they'll sponsor these hunts that usually to get a spot in one of these hunts would be like thousands and thousands and thousands.
Oh,
of
I think I
dollars.
remember. You've done this event before.
Yep. So I'm going back. Yeah.
Yeah. We were. I think we were joking about it, talking about wearing the vest and the shotgun and the hunting thing. Right? Is that what you're talking about? You were like, actually, I did that. Like gentleman hunting or something.
No, that's another one. Which
okay.
I'm also doing in March, and hopefully some of our friends, Michigan State friends, by the way, and others from Big Ten who are in the Super Bowl playing with the Rams should be at that event. So if everything goes down correctly, in other words, you might know the Allens, of them. So Brian Allen, who's the center,
I was
one
like,
of the centers.
Spartans. I was like, the Rams.
I know. I'm tying this all together in one long crazy chain.
Isn't it crazy how Stafford, the first year he leaves the Lions, goes to the Super Bowl? Oh, man.
We could get into talking about that.
I just thought
feel
that's
like
funny.
That's dangerous. So let's leave it there.
I thought that was funny.
That's awesome, though. I also agree.
I mean, good for him.
Yes.
But, man, the Lions...
Oh, my goodness. They're
just doing the 1,000-yard stare right now. Where they're like, we had that guy, but he's not the reason we're not there.
Yeah. Obviously, there's all the stuff that goes around that, like the weapons that he has to throw to. And,
I know.
They've had them.
It's just funny. It's funny, you know?
It's hilarious. It's not hilarious. It's like ironic.
It's just ironic. Yeah. Yep.
Dude, but I'm cheering on the Rams this year. I have been for a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Been cheering them on, and I'm probably going to shoot Brian a congratulations message here in a little bit.
Brian Allen, is that his name?
Yeah, Brian Allen.
And Jack Allen.
I think it was Jack Allen, and he's got a brother. Dang it! I just forgot it. I think he just played this past year. He's also, I think, on the line.
Is it Jack Allen?
Is it Jack?
Brian, Jack, Steve.
Oh, now I gotta look it up. I forgot. But anyway, I'm excited for him a ton.
See, and I'm not a huge NFL fan per se of just like the NFL.
Right. Yeah.
But like that stuff makes me excited because the people because we're big into college football and college sports or whatever. When you see those guys go on and make a career for themselves, you kind of become fans of those teams and you follow them up a little bit. Like I can't remember, it was a number of years ago I started doing fantasy football, and then it made me care about teams I didn't really care about in the past.
Right.
Matthew Allen.
Yeah, I knew it was different.
Yeah.
He just had
the big boys in the center, man. That whole family is just stacked dudes that have been at state for forever,
holding the trophy and everything, right?
Yeah.
But I need to follow him. That's cool. I'm just stoked, man. But speaking of, I'm not going to get to watch it, is what kind of stinks. So that's why. Like I can maybe sort of when I'm boarding the plane, and then hopefully it'll be on. Yeah,
because you're traveling during that time.
Yep. All the way down to Miami and then up to South Carolina. So yeah, this is cool, man. This is fun. A new fresh start to the podcast here. A little
back to see what's going to happen, peoples. And thank you guys for being patient with us. And
we got more to come, man. I got stories. I got so many stories we stacked up.
So many stories.
Let's add them in. I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do the next one.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's record it right now. We're gonna record all 15 episodes.
Oh man, I do have to tell one little thing about the Pro Tools thing. We're going back to it. So
we can visit that for an hour if you want. I don't care.
Well, I think the director of it, his name is Mihai. It is. It's Mihai.
Okay.
He was the guy I thought I was going to train with because he's like your first communication, and he sends you all like there's a class you can take for $300, which is like the before 101. Mm-hmm. Like that's the actual.
He's the nice recruiter, and then they nail you.
No, he's actually very advanced and stuff well too. And in fact, he talks to a guy and they talk about the production for NBC's The Voice.
Oh, cool.
And one of the things they did there was like they're doing like. Because they have to do full recorded sessions for all the auditions and everything with real instruments and live and all that stuff. They're doing like 60 to 70 a week.
What?
Yeah.
How many engineers is that?
I don't know. It's one dude that he's interviewing this guy. And as I was looking him up and everything.
No way that guy's editing.
No, because it's
engineering.
Yes, he is because of the workflow. And that's like the power of.
Goodness gracious.
Knowing what you're doing.
That's crazy. Too. I mean, I brought my iPad with me today because I'm working on a couple videos, and I can't imagine, like I've got probably like 5 or 6 that I'm juggling, I work a little bit on that. And then I go to the next thing. Holy cow.
Oh man, I'm doing an audiobook right now, and it's a pretty serious book because it's talking about mental health, and ultimately suicide happened.
Yep.
And it's the mother talking about her son, and she's the one who wrote the book, and she's the one narrating the book.
That's right. That's
So
very
it's pretty
personal.
heavy. And so, you know,
Right.
at times some of the recording, you know, she's crying and stuff like that too. So you're trying to keep it, you want to keep the audiobook, you know, legible, in the sense of like, if somebody's weeping and crying all the time, it's kind of hard to understand what's going on. But at the same time, keep the emotion and then the edit nice and smooth. So it's followable. If that's a word.
Followable.
But it's so I immediately, like, I was actually editing that because we were doing a couple recording sessions. It was about 250 pages, I think 75,000 words. So it's you know, I think it was like 8 to 12 hours total of like session. We're still not done. We have a couple other voices to do, but that really pushed me to learn the software, because you got to be fast when you're listening to an audiobook and there's little blips or, you know, mouth noise and stuff like that, or a really loud breath, and you want to bring that down. You can't cut out all the breath all the time, or you can. Maybe you're really high compression or whatever, and you're just like all the breath goes away. But and it's also dependent on the person that's speaking and what they sound like and stuff like that too. So it was just a fire hydrant. It's like you're in the desert for a million years, and then you got to a source of water, but the only source of water was a fire hydrant at like 200 gallons a second. So you're like, I'm thankful for this, but I'm dying a little bit. I'm drowning. Because you want it all. You're like, yes, I want the water. You sure you want the water? Here it comes. Wham! And so you know.
you
go from parched to drowning.
Get it.
You're gonna get it, all right. Yeah. But anyways, we're gonna wrap up this episode for now, and we'll continue on this conversation in the next episode. And we thank you guys for listening.
Yeah. I want to talk about my tooth next time.
Oh, your toofers.
Dentist experience. So you better log in and
dentals.
Listen to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dentists.